So it's 609-241-7103. That's 609-241-7103. Or you can follow along on Facebook, Danny Coleman's Rock On Radio 2, the number 2, facebook.com/ Danny Coleman's Rock On Radio 2, or Twitter and Instagram at Rock On Radio, all one word, all capital letters, if you want to do that. So we'll be more than happy to entertain questions and comments. You may even win something. I don't know. Did you bring any? Did you bring anything along?
Brought my love.
Love.
Oh, she
Nice.
gives a love
She
out
has
tonight.
love.
Lots of love.
Nice.
Woo!
So we'll figure out something to give away.
Woo!
And we will do that. Love. From our guest,
Lots of kisses.
Evangelia. She is. I'm gonna move over here so those of you at home have a clear shot at
Yes.
Evangelia.
Of all her love.
And Evangelia, who have you brought with you?
I have John Nunez as my guitar player.
Hello.
Nice.
Okay. And who is that apparition on the couch?
Jay, my assistant.
He brought her, so she didn't
Just
bring him.
kidding.
Oh, he brought her.
He's a fellow musician.
Yeah, Jay, you're a
Yes.
musician also.
Huh. And he's sitting on the couch.
Okay. What do you? Well, obviously, John is a jazz guitarist. We found out. What is your musical thing?
Is he on? We have to.
What is it? Okay, artist and a songwriter. Art.
He's an artist, honest. poor Jay. He's not even heard.
Jay. All right. So see now this is a room full of musicians. So you guys, you're outnumbered there, Claire.
I
Well,
sing.
you're a
Oh,
vocalist.
vocalist. I guess I'm not technically allowed to be called a musician.
You are a musician.
You're a musician.
Yeah.
You're a musician. I wasn't thinking.
Well,
Typical band. I wasn't thinking.
typical man, yes.
Typical man.
Mm-hmm. Always not thinking.
And Art was involved with musicians.
He was. He's the sound
He's
man.
the sound guy.
If he wasn't for him, there would be
There'd be no sound.
You'd never hear us. We love art.
So yes. Hello, Evangelia.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Oh no, thank you for arriving. We're very happy that you arrived
Thank you.
and showed up. You are here because of Macon,
Yes.
because of Bob,
Bob Macon.
Macon. That's
Mr.
What a
right.
guy.
So, because Bob Macon is having a benefit
Yes.
for the hungry and the homeless, November 16th and
Mhm.
November 17th.
Yep.
At Langosta Lounge and the Asbury Park Yacht Club, both in Asbury Park.
Mhm.
2 rooms,
Mhm.
separated at birth, separated by 20 feet.
2 rooms, 2 days.
Yeah, right. And you're part of that
Yes.
on the 16th, right?
The 16th. Yes, the
Okay.
Friday.
So how did you? I know Bob did a couple of pieces on you
Yes.
in his columns. Is that how you got involved with him, or
Uh,
did he stalk you, or what did he
yeah,
do?
no.
Poor Bob.
Not that I know. No, but I know Bob and I go way back, if you will. Back when I was at Rutgers and actually played in a band called Little Rose. We were like a bluesy folk group doing things. And he was one of the first people to write about us because we started to kind of become known in the New Brunswick area. And he covers local music, which is truly awesome. And so that's how we met from there, from Little Rose. And since then, I've started pursuing my own solo project, and he's still followed along and provided support and writes about the things I do, which is really awesome, and I appreciate it.
And you've been doing a lot of big things lately.
Yeah, been working on it.
I'm telling you, you've got you've released a series of singles. You've
Mhm.
got one of them with Christian Navarro, who's on.
13 Reasons Why.
There you go. What else have you done? Oh,
We have a
With a
call.
call.
Mm.
one of my favorite Muppets episodes. Hello, welcome to Rock On Radio. Who's this? Hello.
It's a ghost.
Where'd they go?
Oh, I can't with
I
this.
don't know.
ghost.
I know, I was freaking out.
I'm actually scared.
Is he live?
Hello.
Anybody there?
All right.
Maybe
This is the lady knitting.
Whoop. There we go. Hello. Ah, well.
Maybe that called
Try again. 609-241-7103. So watch. There you go.
On
10,
cue.
Countdown.
Mhm.
So, okay. Now the thought train is totally derailed.
Stopped at 13 Reasons Why.
13 Reasons Why. There you go. Thank you very
She's
much.
young. Her brain works.
Thank you.
Oh, now the phone rings again. Hold that thought.
She's paying attention.
There's ghosts. I don't know.
Hello, welcome to Rock on Radio. Hello.
Maybe they're on mute and they don't
No,
know it.
Maybe
No,
we're
they're
not
on
on mute, are
No,
we?
on their side.
Okay, good.
Hello?
All right, well, I don't know
If
why
you
we
can
cannot
hear
hear
me.
you, but there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're off.
Mhm.
All right, so we'll go. Just
Hello, hello.
well, you're gonna have to call back from a different phone or from a landline or something because we cannot hear you.
Cannot.
We are expecting a call from John of Bird Street. They have a big, they have a big show at the Sate this coming Wednesday, Thursday. Hello, welcome to Rock on Radio.
Oh.
Hello.
All right. Well, we got nothing. So,
Aw.
John, if that's you, John, you're gonna have to find a different phone, buddy. This one ain't working for you. Actually, I had that problem when I interviewed
Oh no.
last week. So
Oh, maybe it's his phone.
Hello.
there you go. Yeah,
Well,
click.
it's hard to have
There
a
you go.
conversation
Correct.
when you can't hear
When
him.
it's all one-sided.
Exactly.
So,
It's dead air.
okay.
Maybe he can't hear us to call back. One more time.
Hello.
Say something, anything.
Is the volume
Please.
turned up, Art?
Please.
On the board? I mean, on
No,
the
it would be come out of here. He would. Hello.
board. All right.
Oh,
There you
now
go.
we have an empty.
Now we have
Tone.
nothing. All right. So you go to another. Yes, it's turned up.
Yeah, now it's loud.
All right. So, all right. Right. Unplug the phone. That's it. Until he gets a different line. One more time. Welcome to Rock on Radio.
Hmm.
Just like the ghost story I heard. I went on the Bordentown Ghost Walk a couple of weeks ago,
You just kept calling.
and there was we cannot hear this guy, right? So, call my cell, John, if you got it. That's not you. So if my cell phone rings, we know it's John. So we'll bring this over here. But yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
Turn him down.
Don't call in.
So that's it. We're done. Our apologies, actually. 'Cause I don't know what's going on.
Totally
Or
cool.
Evangelia. I don't know what's going on there with the phones. Okay, so you did a single with Christian Navarro,
Yes.
and you've done videos, right?
Mhm.
Okay, but now you have a new single out.
Yeah. I just released a song called Window Seat, and
Okay.
it's a duet with Sleeping Lion. They're an electronic duo, and really excited about it. Billboard premiered it, which was really awesome, and we got to talk to them about how the song came about, which is basically very much a bi-coastal creation because they're out in
Okay.
LA and I'm not. I'm here in New York, basically. I live in Jersey City. But it first started out with I released a song, Still Think About You, which I actually brought here to be played today. And Nate, who's in Sleeping Lion, reached out to me, liked the song, and he wanted to work together. And so we set up a session and we started writing, but all we had was his grand piano we wrote at his mom's house when he was visiting in New York. And so all we could do was record a voice memo, and we sent it to Noah, who's the other guy in Sleeping Lion, and he's the producer. And he made a demo, but he sang on it because he didn't have my vocals, and he sounded so good. So we kind of heard it, and we're like, wait a minute, this might be an opportunity to actually dual release something. And so over a period of time, we changed the lyrics around, and we turned it into a duet. So now it's a duet with Sleeping Lion.
Mm.
Just came out.
Perfect. And where can we find it?
You can find it on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube. We're working now on developing an idea for a music video for it, but that's not out yet. But it will come.
All right. There we go. Boy, we're having the technical difficulties tonight, aren't we? There we go. All right. That was John from Bird Street trying to call in. He said he can't get a connection. Oh, little does he know.
Where is he at?
Brooklyn.
Wow. Wow.
That's odd.
Right? 609-241-7103 if you want to call in. And there's, this was a tough time of year. You had Halloween, you had All Saints Day, All Souls Day, and there's a lot of energy in the room.
Spirits
Yeah.
are fighting.
They are. They like to. There's an energy, right, Jay? There you go. See?
He feels it.
He feels it. All right. So take us back. Now you live in Jersey City.
Yes.
Do a lot of your gigs and things in New York.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Bridgewater, New Jersey,
Okay.
and I went to Rutgers University in New Brunswick, and then I went to Jersey City to be closer to New York, where most of the things that I work on in terms of music are.
Okay. When did you start? Now you play guitar. I know that.
Yes,
But you play keys too, or no?
I do.
Trying to
but
think
I
back to our
wouldn't-
interview that we did on the phone.
Right. Yeah. I wouldn't. I'm definitely. I play both instruments, but I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm fluent in them. I'm self-taught enough to accompany myself on certain songs and to write with. I know chords,
Okay.
but I like to have players that are better than me come out and accompany me, so I can just focus on singing the songs. But yes, I do play.
Okay. I think she's talking about you, John.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Is that-
Looked at him.
Maybe.
he's pretty good.
Yeah, he does all right for a jazz guy.
Yeah,
right?
he's not bad. Not bad.
So, and I'm sorry, it wasn't Gretsch, it was Guild,
Oh, good.
the hollow body. My apologies.
Even better.
Right? So you don't. All right. So when you write your music,
Mhm.
it's strictly from a well, not strictly, but it's lyrically, and then you get a melody in your head, and you try to transform it to
It
transpose it to the
all-
guitar. Or,
it all depends. It's very
Okay.
different every time. Sometimes if I'm writing by myself, it might just be me sitting wherever I'm sitting and just strumming chords and singing random melodies. And if something kind of sticks and I keep repeating it, then I might develop that into an idea. Sometimes I'm sitting on the subway and I'm just, lyrics come to me and I write them. Or sometimes I'm having a conversation with somebody and they say something and I log that in my brain, or I'll write it down to remember, and I might use that for a song. So I am writing by myself, but I often am in sessions with other writers and other producers. So sometimes it might mean, writing something over an instrumental that already exists that maybe a producer has created already, and collaborating with other writers and artists. And that's like my favorite thing. I love writing with other people.
collaboration.
Yeah, I love collaborating and writing with other people because it's really cool. Especially if I'm going to write with somebody I've never written with before. You don't know what you're going to create, and it's this really cool union of ideas that come together and create something new. And it's really cool to be 4 hours later come out with a full demo of something that wouldn't have existed if you didn't meet.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
No, well, yeah, because and in today's technology age, you can do that so much easier than
Yeah.
years past.
Yeah.
We have somebody. Hello, welcome to Rock on Radio. It's John. John,
The ghost of John.
call my cell. Turn on the call my cell. I'm gonna email him right now so we can get this out of the way. And that's gotta be. It says he couldn't hear me either.
Oh, well, that explains it. That's why I kept trying to call back.
kept trying.
Does he have your cell phone number?
I hope so.
Mhm.
Maybe you should email that to him too.
He called me for an interview. So I hope
yeah.
Although
Although
he-
before.
Just in case.
you know what?
Sometimes those get
That's a
lost.
good-
and-
that's a good point. Us musicians tend to lose things,
That's a fact.
like our
My
mind,
life.
I don't think that's just particular to musicians.
our car keys.
I thought that was
Are
age.
you talking about me?
Oh,
That's
she's
me.
too young.
Why, did you lose your car keys already?
All the time.
No way.
I mean, I misplaced.
You have a car in Jersey City?
I misplaced them. I do have a car, and I'm probably going to sell it. If anybody's interested, it's a Nissan Altima.
Nice.
And it runs well, but it's just really annoying to have to keep moving it with alternate side parking. I feel like I get more tickets
Oh, yeah,
than I,
huh?
you know, because I just use public transportation.
Ah. Yeah. Sorry, we got to.
You have no idea the noise.
Sorry.
I told you we have no script or structure here. Things
all
just
good.
happen. So, well, we should adjust that. You adjust that however
Is
you
this
want.
fine?
If you're fine with that, we're fine with that.
I can
Okay.
hear it just fine. Stop touching it.
She keeps going like this.
So, yeah, Jersey City's tough
For parking.
for a lot of things. I went up. I did a couple of gigs up there, and
Where at?
the Fox and Crow.
Okay. I've heard of it. I still haven't been, but people have been telling me.
It's down near.
It's more,
Palisade.
Yeah, it's on Palisade, but it's down
more
near
by
that.
the Heights, right, John?
Yeah, what begins with a C, right? What's the?
Congress.
Is that the park right down the street?
Oh, it's by Riverview Park.
No, it's. I think it began with a C. I think that's it.
Congress Street.
For the life of me, I can't remember. It was dark. It was late.
Yeah. It's almost in Union City.
I was young. I needed the money. Oh, here we go. We got John from.
Yay.
We have John from Bird Street's on the phone. Let me put him on the phone right now. Hello, John. How are you?
Hey, Danny, how are you, man?
We are fantastic. You're gonna have to watch this. You're gonna have to watch the show, and on the YouTube, because you kept calling and calling and calling, and we were trying to get this all straightened out. We couldn't hear anything. So
I know it kept just like kind of not really connecting. We just sort of go silent and then disconnect.
well, we have you now. That's the important thing.
Here we are.
And my guest this evening is Evangelia. She's been sitting here all patient with us, which is a good thing.
Thank you for keeping me company.
She's doing a gig next week in Asbury Park on the 16th, week after yours at the Saint.
Excellent.
So you want to tell us about that gig, John?
Sorry, I can kind of only barely hear you.
I
Ah,
kind of
think you're
only barely.
Is he on speaker?
Nope. Oh, you know why?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me have
He
that.
can't hear us.
He can't hear me because you
Yeah,
got him over there,
speaker.
right? There you go. That's why I wouldn't think it.
Yeah.
There you go. That's much better. I made that mistake once before years ago. So tell us about the gig in Asbury on the 8th at the Saint.
Well, bringing Bird Street to sing it for the first time. Unfortunately, Asbury Park. I think it's the first time I've ever been there or played there. So I'm pretty excited to finally do that. I've been playing music for 20 years or something like that, and I've never gone through Asbury. So we're going to be playing probably all the songs from our record and some other things, and trying to bring a good rock and roll show to a place that really enjoys a good rock and roll show.
Yeah. Have you ever played the Saint?
Yeah.
No.
Evangelia has. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
It's awesome.
It's a unique room. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Long, narrow.
Long there, but they have a stage with red velvet curtains.
Velvet
Awesome.
curtains. That's right.
So awesome.
You got a good drum monitor. That's all I know. That's all I worry
The
about.
sound is
So I can
really
hear.
the sound is really good there too.
Yeah, they got good sound, man. I was telling you that when you and I spoke a couple of weeks ago.
We spoke last week.
They got really good sound.
Yeah, if that's the report that I hear. It's a weird room, but they got good sound. That's fine with me. That's all I need to hear.
It's like the Doors. It's like Texas radio and the big beat. It's long, narrow, and hard to master, but you gotta. So tell us a little bit. You got some really seasoned players with you on this gig too.
I got a couple guys on this. I mean, I think I was telling you last time we talked that I kind of rotate through a lot of different players based on who can make it to different dates, because that's just kind of how it is in New York. Everybody's got 100 gigs, but Yeah, this one who's playing this week. On guitar, we got Patrick Brennan, who plays with a band called Pavel, and he plays with a band called Hunt for Hunter, and he's, just does a million things. He's a real killer dude. Bass player is James Preston, who's played with, I can't even name how many bands he's played with. Recently played with Maybird and Sam Cogan, and he just jumps around from just like anybody else. And then Conrad Meisner's on drums, and he is as seasoned as they come. He's got his own website with a resume about a web-page long. So I think it should be a good little group for this one. This is the first time we put this particular arrangement together, but I think they'll all play real nice.
Okay.
We'll make good sounds together.
Oh, no doubt. And who you? It's only you and what? One other band or two other bands at the same?
Well, as far as I know, it's us and Westball, who's a kind of a country western act from New York. We're mixing it up a little bit. Some friends of ours, we decided to throw them on. I haven't heard. I think there's another local act, but I don't know. I'm sort of in the dark about this. Hopefully we'll find out this week, but as far as I know, it's just the two right now.
That's all right. That's fine. There's plenty of local acts in Asbury Park. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The talent pool in that area is very, very deep. A lot of people swim in that pool.
Yeah,
On ground.
Yeah, right. So, all right. Now, your music, your name, first of all, Bird Streets. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Tell us about how that came about.
Bird Streets, it's the name of this really kind of high-endy, very, very expensive neighborhood in the Hollywood Hills up behind West Hollywood, behind Sunset Boulevard. It's like all, $20 million mansions with like infinity pools looking out over the skyline. Like where, Kanye and, Gwyneth and people like that live. So when I was out there in Los Angeles making the first song that I did with Jason Faulkner, who I did the album with, I was just kind of wandering around and like looking at Google Maps, and I came upon that little nook, and it just kind of rung familiar with me because where I kind of came up in Albany, in upstate New York, in downtown Albany, all the streets are named after birds as well. So there was this sort of synchronicity between the two things, and it just sounded like it was gonna. I don't know. It stuck with me for a while before I started using it as a name, and then I've been doing that for about 3 years now. And it looks good on a T-shirt, and that's what matters.
That's right. Looks good on the merch. Which is, as we all know, which is where we all make our money these days, because it's not off of the recordings. Thank you, record industry. All right. So, what can we expect at the Saint?
Well, like I said before, we're gonna play all the songs down from our debut record, and a couple other things, maybe from some of my older records, and a couple cover tunes, and pretty good rock and roll show with good songs and singing and good playing, and just hopefully a good time for everybody.
Fantastic. All right, how about your website? How do we find you guys? Or you actually? You are Bird Street, so that's.
Well, I sort of am Bird Street. Yeah, it's birdstreetsmusic.com. We're also on Facebook at Bird Streets Music, and Instagram and Twitter at Bird Streets. And anywhere you can find music, you can find Bird Streets.
Fantastic. All right, and we can pick up your music where?
It's out on the Omnivore Recordings label, and it's all over the internet and online, and all the places you would generally go to look to download or to buy physical product, which we encourage. If you want vinyl, we have it at our Bandcamp site as well. We also have cassettes now, which I know about 3 people in the United States will be like, "What? Cassettes?"
I'm waiting for the 8-track.
It only takes 3 people start the thing in motion. So
You're the third artist though. Then in the last couple of months, it's told me they're putting stuff out on cassette again, which instantly made me buy stock in number 2 pencils with erasers so that you can rewind
There you
those
go.
things.
yeah. No, I mean, there's like a neat little niche market for it, and it's just big enough to justify, having them. I mean, they look cool. Like the tapes themselves are orange. I think that's cool. And I always wanted to have something on. I never made a record on cassette. All the time of making music because they haven't really been in vogue. But I grew up with a tape collection that would make your head spin. So it's kind of nice to have to kind of this sort of full circle thing.
Beautiful. All right, John. Well, thank you for finally making it through. I admire your tenacity.
We need to work, man.
And hopefully I'll see you this Thursday night. If I do, I'll come over and say hello at the Saint.
Please do. Please
All
do. Love to
right.
see you.
Again, what's your website?
birdstreetsmusic.com.
Beautiful. All right, John. Thank you so much, my friend. Good luck on Thursday. Much success to you.
Cheers, Danny. Thanks a
There you
lot.
go. Rock on. All right. John from Bird Streets on the phone. Finally, I don't know what's going on here tonight. It's that energy he's talking about over there. All right. If you're just tuning in, this is Rock On Radio. I am Danny Coleman, our guest this evening. Hopefully she's still here. Evangelia.
I'm ready.
And she's here to talk about the Making Waves. Don't even tell me.
Now he's good.
We have a call?
No,
Oh.
he's playing with the ringer.
Phone's working. Yeah.
So when we get a call, we can answer the phone.
Yeah, right. 609-241-7103. So we'll give that a try. All right. So where were we? Because we're going to get to some music in a second.
Sure.
So when you, as we said, when you do write,
Mhm.
it's now if you're somebody, most players that I know that write, they either write one of two ways: guitar or piano.
Mhm.
Somebody who's predominantly a vocalist, such as yourself, as you said, you strum along. Or
Mhm.
they should do that. So how do you know, personally, how do you know when you've got something that you want to pursue? And then what do you do?
Kind of just follow your intuition and what you feel. So if I sing a melody that makes me feel something, it's a certain feeling that I get, and I
Okay.
can't really describe it, but I think other people who do this would agree that you get a certain feeling about something that you sing, whether it's a melody or these words. And there's just something special about it that your gut just kind of tells you to keep going with it.
Okay.
So
I have most of the artists who come through these doors say that they write the best material that they've ever written happened in like 15 minutes. They just were able to spout
sometimes
it
you
off.
have that divine intervention.
Spiritual guidance.
Yes.
What do you think of that, religious advisor?
Sure.
And there you have it. See, that's why she makes
I thought
the big
it's easy.
money. All right, so how do we meet John here? Jazzy John.
Yeah, so I think it is.
Oh,
He needs his-
no.
DJ Jazzy John.
DJ Jazzy John. Hey, hailing all the way from Jersey City. What's good? John and I met back at Rutgers. We have a lot of mutual friends. I'm friends with a lot of his friends, and
Shout out George Mayer.
yeah, shout out George Mayer, who couldn't be here today. He played trumpet in my band Little Rose, and sometimes when I play live, I incorporate trumpet.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and so they're friends, and I needed a guitar player once, and John's name came up, and I remembered him from college. So we've been playing together
Yeah.
now. We've done a few gigs. How long have we been doing gigs
Yeah.
together now? A few months.
Yeah.
It's been
Probably getting
It's been
closer to a year.
almost a year now. Yeah, he's been doing some acoustic gigs with me. Pretty
Yeah.
much anything I have in Jersey, I do with John.
Okay, where are you from, John?
I'm from Rutherford originally, like Bergen County.
Okay.
And then I went to Rutgers. So I lived in New Brunswick for a little bit. And now I live in Jersey City.
Jersey City. Actually,
Spot.
We're all there.
Yeah.
I was supposed to do another gig in Jersey City at some larger concert hall.
White Eagle Hall?
I don't know what it was called back then, but literally the day of the gig, the place closed down.
Oh, really?
Never told
You
any
were
of the
coming.
bands. Never told any. I was like, whoa, good thing I didn't take that drive.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I live,
You're around
in
here.
Burlington County. So
Oh, yeah.
it's a haul for me to get up to Jersey City.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, why don't we do some music? We've made
Okay.
we've made the people wait long enough.
All right, let's do it. Do you want to do Digital Age first?
Yeah.
Is this
Okay.
live or Memorex?
Oh, we'll do this
Speaking
live.
of tapes.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, we're gonna do this one live. This one is a song. It's kind of a bossa style, and one of my good friends actually made a really, really cool stop motion animation music video that goes with this, and it's actually been winning some awards at
Film festival.
film festivals.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
for
cool.
for animation. It's a really cool video. She made it all out of recycled materials and fabrics, and so and after she gave me the pieces, and sometimes I'll bring them to acoustic gigs, and I'll show people like the scene has the fabric on it, but then the back is like a Cheerios box. So the whole music video is made out of like cereal boxes. It's really cool. You should go check it out. Look up Digital Age on YouTube.
YouTube.
And it's
okay.
made by my friend Sonia. She goes by Baby Bingy as her. Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's fun. It's really fun to say. Yeah. Baby Bingy. Yes. So Digital Age has its own little animated film that goes with it.
All right, and this is the tune.
This is the song.
Okay.
Silly little boy spitting pretty lines. Girls eat it up to pass the time. Everyone's a user when it's late at night. Settle undercover and say it's fine. In the digital age, girls got a way to see a million faces. There's always a way to go anywhere with anyone, a million places. Out of them all, I choose you. Pictures have a way of showing greener grasses, making people think they gotta have it. All we really want is a good thing lasting. It's gotten so hard, you know the fact is, in the digital age, a girl's got a way to see a million faces. There's always a way to go anywhere with anyone, a million places. Out of them all, I choose you. Comparison's the thief of joy, or so I've heard them say. I'd put them up against you, boy, any old day. In the digital age, a girl's got a way to see a million faces. There's always a way to go anywhere with anyone, a million places. Out of them all, I choose you. Yeah. Out of them all, I choose you. Out of them all, I choose you.
Very nice.
Oh, well done. Well done.
I did
Thanks.
post the YouTube.
I see
video.
you posted. You're
I
quick there.
Oh, thank you so
I
much.
did. The link is in the event.
Once again, the number, if you want to give us a call tonight, is 609-241-7103. Hopefully, we've got all the strangeness out of our system. Wow.
And since when did you hope that? Is this a current hope of yours
Oh,
that you want to get rid of all your strangeness?
well, then it wouldn't be rock on radio. This is true.
That's true.
but
What
she
fun would
traveled
that
a
be?
long way. That's why All right. And so, how does Jay come into the picture?
He's
He's the man of mystery.
the
over
man.
there.
He's the man of mystery.
The silent man.
Yes, just a fellow songwriter, musician, and we were writing some songs and invited to come on.
Okay. You know what?
Moral support.
You know what the translation for that is, Jay? Jay, I gotta go do this radio show. I don't know, man. It's like in a church in Hightstown. I'm kind of scared. So, like, can you come along? Make sure I don't get like attacked
Or lost.
Facts.
Is that more along the lines of how it happened?
Yeah, that was just more fun with friends.
No, actually, we actually welcome that here. I always, the option to bring. I mean, we've got the space to sit.
Definitely do.
It's it's like the lazy boy showroom back here, but we don't have enough room for we don't have enough room for like a full band setup
Right.
because it gets in the way of our couches. All right, so when Bob called you to talk about or to be part of the Making Waves bill,
Mhm.
did you say yes instantly or?
Yeah. Bob and I go way back, as I said, and he's always supported me and everything I do, and it feels good to support him in something he does. And I also really believe in the cause that it's for, and I'm also
Right.
sharing the bill with Cook Douglas, which are all my friends from Rutgers. So
Oh yeah, you know them guys.
yeah, we're like a family. Like I support, I go to their shows, they come to mine. They live in Brooklyn. I'm always going to their house, just jamming and making music. So it'll be a very fun night to be
Okay.
sharing the bill with them.
Around what age did you start to play music or realize that you wanted to be in the entertainment business?
So it was always a dream of mine. I actually recently found this old notebook that I had when I was, I don't know, maybe second grade or third grade. And it said, "Where do you see yourself in 10 years?" And it must have been some assignment at school. And I wrote this whole thing about how I'm going to be a famous singer with fan clubs. And I don't remember feeling that way. But like when I found that, I was like, wow, I was very into myself and thinking I could really do this in third grade.
You were confident.
I was
You were a
confident.
confident young lady.
Yeah, it was just like that's what I love about kids, man. They just dream big and it doesn't matter. They really think it's possible, and the fact is it is possible. And so it's always been inside me. I always loved writing. I always loved music. And it was towards the very end of high school. Nobody really knew that I sang or didn't really do it. But I was at a bonfire with a friend of mine, and she pulled out her guitar and started playing some songs, and I started singing along. And she was like, "Wait a minute, Evangelia, like you can sing. We should do a band. We should make something of this." And I was like, "Oh my God, that'd be so awesome. This is like a dream come true." And so we started a girl band, and we auditioned for Battle of the Bands. We wrote a couple songs together, and that's around when I started picking up guitar. And but at the audition, which it was actually, we wrote this really great song. It had guitar, and our friend, another girl, she played cello. It was actually a really cool thing we had going. But I sang completely out of key at the audition for Battle of the Bands. And I cried after, and I was so upset. And I was like, oh my God, how am I ever going to redeem myself? But me and her looked at each other. We're like, wait a second. We worked way too hard for this and wrote all these songs to not perform. So then the next day after Battle of the Bands, we just hosted our own show in her living room and invited all our friends. And we had our own show. And it was a blast. And then it was later on in the year, my senior year, there was a show, the Cultural Diversity Show. And at the time, I started picking up guitar, and I learned a song in Greek. My father's from Greece. Greek was my first language, and yeah, and so I learned this Greek song to participate in some Greek church youth group thing. And so I knew this song, and I saw this poster in my high school, and it said, "Do you know how to sing in another language or dance? Folk dance, and come audition for the Cultural Diversity Show." And I was like, I do know how to do one of those things. Maybe I'll try this. And so I auditioned, and I got in, and I performed this song in Greek, just me by myself and a guitar. And I sat on the stage, and I had the mic on the floor and the spotlight on me in front of 500 of my peers. And I sang the song, and I remember not being like nervous, and everybody really listened, and that was the first time that I felt like, you know what, I got this, I could do this. And so then after that, I had my first heartbreak, and I had lots of things to write about. And going into college, I started going to open mic nights, and then I hosted my own. And one of my favorite things was doing that, hosting this open mic night that would bring so many different musicians and artists together. You didn't just have to be a musician, you could be a spoken word poet, a dancer, whatever it was that you could share and bring to the table. I really loved that. And
So it was
yeah.
a true open mic night.
It was a true open mic night, and it was my favorite thing was getting somebody who's never performed before to get on stage and perform. But it wasn't really a stage; it was like a big living room, so it felt very homey and safe. And so I was doing this, and then kind of finding myself in certain situations and opportunities where people in the music industry were telling me, you know, you could do this, or I'd do these performances at open mics, and people would ask me, where can I hear this song, or do you have anything recorded? And I had nothing recorded. And so I also, I mean, I have my my undergrad degrees in history and political science, and I have my master's in special education. So I was, you know, that was my trajectory, and I kind of, as much as I really wanted to pursue music full time and like really go for it, I didn't really know how. Then I started meeting some of the right people, and I was really ended up living a very double life, teaching full time and going into New York into sessions and studios and writing and recording and figuring out how to, you know, release music and getting a live show together, putting a full band together, and doing shows in New York. And it's been awesome. Now I feel like I've come into my own and realized, you know what, I love music, and if I don't give this a try, I'll regret it. If I'm, you know, I have that old lady in a rocking chair and like 90 years old image looking back on my life, you know. Would I be satisfied if I didn't give it a try? And that answer is no. And that's why I'm here.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Good for you. No, I mean that. Now, there's multiple things as you were talking. I wanted to.
There's a lot of word vomit there.
No, it's all right. I wanted, but I wanted to interject.
I
But
went like all over the place. But, hey,
but we'll
let's
call you
go
Butter
ahead.
because you were on a roll. I didn't want to stop you there.
Yeah.
You know? No, that was great. Thank you very much. But you're
Listening.
okay. We'll go back to
All right, let's go to the points.
you're of Greek descent.
Sure.
Okay, I know how to say 4 things in Greek.
Okay, let's hear it.
No, really?
I hope it's not a curse word because there's no.
Archi,
Good. No.
ne,
Okay.
elado, and skasovre.
So, how do you know that? That's great.
That's my extent of Greek.
I mean, those are very useful things to know.
That's true. I
Very
figured.
What are
like
they?
Well, you want to know what they mean now?
One's
right?
where's the bar?
Where's
I
the
wish.
toilet?
Ohi, this first one, ohi means no.
Mhm.
Ne means yes. Helado means come here. And skasevre, we can't really say on the radio.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Wait.
It just basically means like, shut up.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. I was gonna say, you scared me there. Have I been told something wrong?
Like,
my
I
whole
don't know
life?
how PG this is. Like,
There was a Greek family that I went that lived 2 doors down the street from me when I was a
did you
kid
ever
growing
eat
up.
food
That's
there?
how
Oh,
you know
yeah.
the last one.
Yeah, that's
Probably telling the kids that all the time. Hey.
they had a last name that nobody. Their last name, and I still can't to this day. I can't pronounce it. Their last name was. Sorry.
Keep going. Keep
It was
going.
spelled. It was spelled. It was spelled TSAROUHAS.
Taruchis.
Supposedly.
I need to see it written down, but I think that's it.
Right, and they
Or taruchis.
came out multiple times. Anybody was Saruhas, Sarukis.
Trust me,
Trucus.
I have had my name butchered in so many ways throughout my life.
I'm sure.
But it's okay.
You know.
I'm proud of it.
See?
I always knew when it was like the substitute teacher, when she would, you know, say like Jeffrey, Ashley, Brian. There'd be like a long pause. I'd be like, raise
With
my
me.
hand. Evangelia, she'd be like, "Oh my god, I don't even know how to try that."
Wasn't that the woman that was on Lost? Wasn't she? Wasn't that her name? Evangelia or Evangelia? Lily or Lil or Evangeline? Okay, sorry. See, Jay, that's why Jay's here to straighten me out.
That's usually my
Gosh.
job, but I didn't know the answer.
All right, that's the first point, the Greek part. uh, but I applaud you because you didn't let anybody get in your way.
Hmm.
And what I mean by that is, okay, you succumbed to the pressure, went to school, and did what you had to do when
Mhm.
you got out.
Mhm.
And then after that, though, you decided, hey, I want to do this
Yeah.
instead. And you had the nerve uh, and the gumption to give up the day job, so to speak, to become
Yeah.
follow a dream.
Yep.
And I applaud that because, and it's just so weird how this has come up multiple times now over the last few weeks. It was always my goal to be a full-time musician.
Mhm.
Loved it. The other day, I just talked to my idol's son. The other day, I talked to Jason Bonham,
Hmm.
John Bonham's kid. And as a young drummer, I always, I wanted to play like John Bonham. And when I got out of high school, there was one college I wanted to go to, and I got rejected 3 times.
Hmm.
And I was like, well, you know what? The heck with this. I just finished up 13 years of school, kindergarten and 12 years of school. I just graduated high school. I mean, I was 80th in my class of 521, so I wasn't stupid,
Not bad.
But I had no desire going to college. So my mother looks at me and she says, so what are you going to do, son? I said, what do you mean? She says, well, you're not going to go to school. You got to get a job. I said, well, Mom, I got a job. I'm, playing with this band. No, you need a real job. When you're 18 and your mom's like, you either need to get a job or get out.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, so I got a job, but I got a job to satisfy somebody else.
Yeah.
And with the job came a car payment. With the car payment came a rent, and with rent came, next thing I know,
Mm.
I'm married with 2 kids, and 6 or 7 years into it, I stopped playing for 10 years because I'm a father now, and I got this job, this and that. But the whole while, I realized that I stopped playing, and that was to accommodate my now ex-wife.
Okay.
So it's like, okay. So I got a job that I didn't want to accommodate my parents. Then I got a job that, or gave up music to accommodate somebody who doesn't want me anymore. Then I'm not accommodating anybody ever again.
Amen.
Yeah,
Snaps.
right. And but I still had this job, and now because she is the ex-wife, there's child support and there's things that you have to do. So it's like, now what am I gonna do?
Mm.
So I have kids I got to take care of, so on and so forth. So anyway, then a good and a bad happened. My back gave out. I was a UPS driver for 20 years. Woke up one day, my back just betrayed me.
Mm.
4 herniated discs, blood in my spine. I'm like, oh boy, now what? Lawyer says to me, you might want to think about another career. So in 1982, after I graduated high school, I went to broadcasting school. But the jobs in radio did not pay anywhere near what I was making at the other job that I had. So kind of got put on the back burner until I got hurt. So realistically, at the age of 46, because I've been doing this for almost 10 years, at the age of 46, I decided to follow my dream and not compromise that for anybody. Which means I'll probably die broke and penniless, but that's okay.
But
I
you'll
was a
be happy.
musician.
You're gonna die broken happy.
But actually, yeah, I am quite happy doing so. It gets frustrating at times, but I'm quite happy in doing so. So good for you that you recognized it,
Good for you too.
Young enough to, unlike me, who's old and bitter and jaded from the process. But no, good for you. Well, thank you very much.
You're not
So no,
jaded.
so that I had hair when I started this.
You might be old and bitter, but you're not jaded.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I guess. Yeah, right. Why don't cannibals eat divorced people? They're always bitter. Remember that. But yeah, so good for you
Thank
doing
you.
that, and don't let anybody sway you one way or the other. It's kind of almost like you put yourself in a position where I don't want to say, because this would sound really jaded and terrible, where
Same.
people where people are become almost disposable. And what I mean by that is, because that's a horrible thing, it makes it sound horrible, but you've got something to do.
Yeah.
You have a goal. And there are going to be a lot of people who are going to try, Evangelia, what are you doing that for? Well, why don't you try this? Or, are you still trying to do? They're the people you don't need. Sorry. See ya. Can you help me or can you support me? I'm not asking you for money. I'm not asking you to do this. Just support what I want to do because you're my friend or because you're my family. And if they don't want to, then I would separate myself from them as far as possible. That includes friends and family. Like I can't even. There's some of my family members I can't even talk to about it because I know they're saying, "Oh, I can't,"
Right.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
They can feel that way because they have my best interest or what they think is my best interest.
Mhm.
You know what? Let me fail. My kids are 26 and soon to be 23, and one of the things I let them do, as hard as it was I let them fail.
So important.
And then I'd sit there and put my hand out. I'd come on, I'll help you out. What'd you learn?
Right.
I used to tell my kids all the time, I love you enough to let you hate me. I love you enough to let you fail. So if that makes me a good or bad father, then so be it. But, and they turned out all right. They haven't been to jail yet.
I like the
If you're just tuning in, this is Rock On Radio. That was the sewing portion of the program.
Violins.
That's right. We need art. We need a violinist.
Yes.
Can we get that? Can we get a violinist in the background to play this? You like the violin?
I do.
Do you? Now you said you had a cellist in that first conglomeration there.
I did.
Yeah. Do you use that in any of your material?
I did actually a song that I will air today at some point does have cello in it, and I actually just did a show in New York, and I featured a cellist in the track "Still Think About You."
Very cool.
Mhm.
All right. Do you want to play that one now, or you want to?
Sure.
we can do that.
That one's a recording.
Okay.
So.
Still think about you, Art. While Art's queuing that up, we are on the air with Evangelia, and she has brought John and Jay. He's laughing because you thought I was going to say Jazzy John, didn't you?
From Jersey.
John and Jay.
Jazzy John from Jersey City. That's right. You know what I liked about playing the Fox and the Crow? Have you ever been there?
I have not, but people have been telling me.
You've been to the Fox and the Crow? Yeah. They put you in that back room where is this Michael? Why can't I hear him? They put you in that back room, and
These two.
and you
You don't talk much.
so Art shuts you down. Where that red curtain hangs on the wall, right next to the bar, and I'm as a drummer, I'm thinking, okay, this curtain must be separated. There must be a space back there. So I sat down and I went back with my head like that. I was like, "Ow!
Oh, yeah.
It's a brick wall."
It's a small place to
Oh
play.
my Lord. But the best part was the bar is right there. So the keyboard player was set up and he just kept his beer right on the
You
bar. I
just
didn't even
reach
have to
over.
move.
So awesome.
I kept my beer there. I'm like, hey, during a break, give me that beer. You ready, Art? Did I stall long enough? Okay, good. All right. Our guest tonight is Evangelia, and you want to talk about this one before Art?
Yeah. This is the second song I ever released, and I released it with my first music video, which actually features a couple of the guys from Cook Thug List. They're also actors, so they act in it. So some of the guys that will be performing at the benefit on the 16th in Asbury.
Okay.
If you find the music video, I don't know, maybe it'll magically appear in a link like the other one on the Facebook page or something. Yeah, I'm really proud of it. Moon Culture Films, also friends of mine from Rutgers, from this big network that I created while I was there, and we all still work together and help each other out. And so, amazing creative friends acted in it. Amazing creative friends filmed it, edited it, and it was just a really cool thing to create. I'm very proud of it.
There you go. All right. So this is Evangelia and her song called
Still think about you.
There you go. Rock on Radio.
Maybe one day I can hold you close, but until then, all I know is I've gotta let you go. Yeah, you tell me that it's alright, you're not on to someone new, so I guess I will give you time for you to just be you. I hate to say it, but it's true. I still think about you, who 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 you. Oh, who you, who you, who you, who you, who you, who you, who you. Maybe one day I'll think less back in time, and you won't be waiting for me in the tangles of my mind. Now I know that it's alright, I'll find somebody new. But the truth is that I'm hung up, rather find it back to you. I hate to say it, but it's true. I still think about you, who 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 you. Oh. Who you, 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 oh. I don't wanna think about you anymore. I don't wanna think about you anymore. I don't wanna think about you anymore. I don't wanna think about you. Who you, 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 oh. Who you, 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 oh.
All right. Welcome back to Rock on Radio. That was Evangelia.
Ooh, very nice.
And on the phone right now, we have the man responsible for Evangelia's appearance, Mr. Bob Macon. Making waves. What's happening, Bob?
I try and keep out of trouble.
Yeah, shouldn't have been here tonight then. You've been good move. We've had nothing but trouble. But we got the ship is righted. We're in good shape now.
Awesome.
Excellent.
But she sounds great. You guys have done a great job so far. I figured I'd call in at the top of the hour.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
We appreciate that, especially now we know it's the phone that's working, and it
Yeah,
wasn't the
right.
other guy. It wasn't us. So you've got your benefit November 16th and 17th, which we've talked a little bit about this evening on a couple occasions. You want to tell us a little bit about it, how you got it started, and why?
Well, I'm really looking forward to Evangelia playing with her buddy in Cook Douglas. We've all been friends for a long time. They have, a special night there. It's not too often that they play out in clubs together. Evangelia has done a lot of great shows up in Brooklyn with them, their house concerts. But this is a chance for fans of both Evangelia and Cook Douglas to come together and, for a really good cause. We're going to be raising hopefully about $3,000 throughout the whole weekend for Food for Thought, which does a Christmas and Thanksgiving dinner every year at Langusta Lounge in Asbury Park for the homeless and the hungry. And so, it was a little rough this summer with so much rain. Langusta Lounge and the other restaurants that are owned by Marin Schlossberg didn't do as well as they usually do, along with several surrounding businesses that help out with this great cause. So this year, this second annual Making Waves Hunger benefit is a little more important because it's kind of still a little bit of a economic gap. And what's going to really be great for the Friday night at Langusta Lounge with Evangelia and Cook Douglas is closing out the night is going to be a great group from the Jersey Shore that'll be very compatible with both of them, called Black Suburbia Music Group. And they do a variety of rap, hip hop, R&B, punk, pop. And so they've got two of their members, Drew the Recluse and Momo the God, sharing the stage after Evangelia and Cook Douglas.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Cool.
Now, the admission price for this is free, right? But you have to bring a can.
All the money donated by the artist. So there's two clubs adjacent to each other. Langusta Lounge, which is also a restaurant, and next door to that is this Sandy Surfer Bar, ironically called Asbury Park Yacht Club. And they have shows simultaneously every night, and so they let me take over the whole weekend in this effort to raise money for the food charity that they do. And we're gonna have bands at Asbury Park Yacht Club at the same time. We're gonna have like Bulletproof Bells and Matty Carlock. We're gonna have Sonic Bloom. All of that happening with Evangelia, Cook Douglas, and Black Suburban Music Group in Langusta on Friday, November 16th. And then on Saturday, November 17th, we have in Langusta Des and the Stigmatics, Pamela Flores, Tara Dente, and next door at Asbury Park Yacht Club, we have Chris Rockwell featuring Chill Smith. We have, band I'm very close to, obviously, that you feature many times before, my son's band, Sherman 34. And opening that night will be the wonderful Milani and Serena, who Evangelia also are friends with. The admission is free, but all the artists are donating their money. So that right there is, somewhere in the neighborhood of around $1,500 for the entire weekend. The weekend budget for the two venues is $1,500. That's all going to charity. And then on top of that, we're going to have a silent auction during the Sonic Bloom set that opens up the night on Friday night at Asbury Park Yacht Club. And artist named Kristen Woolley is going to be painting them live, and then is going to auction off the painting as part of the silent auction. There's another artist who's the Making Waves resident artist. Her name is Patricia Ororo from Asbury Park. she donated several paintings to Making Waves to use for promotion for upcoming concerts and to auction off as part of the silent auction on Saturday night.
Hey, Bob.
So
Bob, I have a question for
Yeah.
you. Are you still looking for more stuff for the silent auction?
well, I mean, you know, it depends. I mean, we're pretty much set for now.
Okay.
But if, you know, if it's feasible, you know, mainly from the standpoint of like actually getting it to the event,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, maybe. And if it's like, you know, comparable in value, then sure. The auction prizes are valued at around $100 or more, and
Okay.
there's 12 sponsors that have donated those prizes. So the other fundraising portion of it is a 50-50, and each night there'll be a 50-50, and then folks can make, there'll be a box in front of, two boxes actually, in front of each stage each night, and folks either can make individual donations or they can contribute canned food items. And that those canned foods will either go to the actual holiday dinners for the homeless and the hungry, or they'll be donated to a pantry. That and Marilyn works closely with all kinds of. The owner of Langusta Lounge and Asbury Park Yacht Club, Marilyn Sloshback, works very closely with all kinds of food charities besides her own Food for Thought.
Okay.
So hope to raise about $3,000.
All right.
You know, thanks to Lena and all the other artists.
Well, I would like to go right now on record and say that I would like to speak with you afterwards because I would like to put together a rock on. Since I am a sponsor of the event, you've been gracious enough to make me a sponsor. I'd like to put together a small Rock on Radio prize pack with the biggest part of the with the biggest part of the gift being a shot to co-host this program one Sunday evening and a 30-day free of charge sponsorship if you would like that.
Oh, that would be awesome, man. That'd be great. I mean, if you come to the show, you just bring the prize.
I will. I was hoping to do that on Friday.
Yeah, Friday night would be great. That would be spectacular. And I'll announce that on social media.
Okay.
You know, in fact, I have to run because I got to go do that. I'm in the process. While I'm talking to you, I'm laying out ads for Making Waves, and I have to switch gears and start doing some social media work.
There you go. Well, I will offer that up if you want it. It's there.
That sounds great. Yeah, we'll promote that too, Danny.
All
Thank
right.
you all, Angelia. I look forward to hearing some more of you tonight, and I can't wait to see you on Friday the 16th.
Thank you. I'm excited.
There you go. All right, Bob. Thank you very much, sir. Making Waves. Bob
Enjoy the
Making.
night.
Rock on. There you go. See how he got me hooked me into that. You see that?
Right. I think you volunteered.
Oh yeah, volunteer. That's a whole nother word. So I'll tell you what. Why don't we do some more music because the time is getting away from us here with all the insanity that's happened this evening. You want to do another one live? You want to do another one?
Sure. Might as well do a little pattern.
Okay. I want to, before you do that, I want to give a couple of quick shout outs to Terry's listening out in Missouri, as she does every week. Hello, Terry.
Hi, Terry.
Jody Weber says, good show tonight. So she's listening. That's good.
Thanks, Joe.
And then I have to go back and check for more. But
Seemed like it was.
yeah. See? So, okay. What is this called?
We'll do cold. Or actually, yeah, let's do this one. This is the first song
She's throwing you for a loop, John.
He's ready. He's ready for anything. Jazzy John.
Jazzy John is ready.
Ready.
Jazzy John
Jazzy John from Jersey.
There you go.
All right. This song is called Cold. Hey, you with those sad silhouettes, like it's been a long time since you felt something other than not right. I the end of the day, when darkness threatens peace of mind, and when the sun goes away, I'll be there to keep you warm. You'll never have to feel, you'll never have to feel, no, you'll never have to feel cold with me. Hey, you, just let it be a memory. Not everything deserves to touch your skin. Isn't lie? This can't be the beginning. In my arms, you won't feel the world spin. At the end of the day, when darkness threatens peace of mind, and when the sun goes away, I'll be there to keep you warm. You'll never have to feel, you'll never have to feel, no, you'll never have to feel the cold with me. Close your eyes, the sunrise burns for you. Just lay beside me, this fire will make you new. I'll sing you lullabies to wash away the coldest blue. You'll have the sweetest dreams, you'll never feel the cold with me. At the end of the day, when darkness threatens peace of mind, and when the sun goes away, I'll be there to keep you warm. You'll never have to feel, you'll never have to feel, no, you'll never have to feel the cold with me. You'll never have to feel, you'll never have to feel, no, you'll never have to feel the cold with me. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. So, who did you listen to as a young Evangelia?
A lot of Ray Charles
Really?
stuff, and my mom loved jazz music, so I listened to a lot of I don't know, Etta James, and I just love that whole era of music, like soul
That
music,
bluesy,
because it just
yeah.
makes me feel stuff, and I
I'm
love feeling
actually
stuff. But another big influence of mine, especially in high school, was Ingrid Michaelson. I would listen to her music, and I think people who hear my music could probably hear the influence in some of the melodies and the way I sing. But yeah, she had released this album that was just very simple. It was like her vocal and a simple guitar, simple ukulele, and it just seemed it was so beautiful, and I just loved the way it made me feel. And because it was so simple, it made me feel like, hey, maybe I could do that too. And so it was really inspiring for me.
I really like Etta James. I think her voice was just, it had everything.
Yeah.
It had an edginess, it had a softness, it had a sexiness, it was just like everything. And Ingrid Michaelson, I had never heard of before, but a girlfriend of mine, have you ever,
She's great.
and she was great. Yeah, she was at World Cafe Live in Philly.
Mm.
And I was supposed to go see her, but something happened. I never wound up making it. But,
Should definitely go. She's really great live.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I heard. That was a few years back, but good for you. So when you sing, now you said you were in, what was the name of that band? Rose.
Little Rose.
Little Rose.
Yeah.
And liking the blues and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a gutsy blues voice, or?
Because
when you sing, it's you're kind of soft and
I don't know.
and breathy, so to speak.
Yeah,
but,
I feel like I get bluesy and soulful in that soft, breathy way.
Okay.
If that makes sense. One of my favorite songs, I'm not prepared to do it with a guitar, but one of my favorite songs to cover is Ray Charles' "Drown in My Own Tears." So
okay.
Yeah, I mean,
nice.
I could acapella it for you if you want, but we're not.
That's up to you. If you want to do that, I told you we have no rules, no limits, no restrictions. That's up to you. If you want to do a verse or the whole song, you go right ahead.
So we can see if it's it's not gutsy soulful.
Okay.
But
well, you do as much of it as you want.
Let's see. It's like it brings a tear into my eyes when I begin to realize I've cried so much since you've been gone. I guess I'll drown in my own tears. I sit and cry just like a child. Well, my pouring tears are running wild. If you don't think you'll be home soon, I guess I'll drown in my own tears. Don't let me drown in my own tears. I guess I'll drown, oh yeah, in my own tears. It's a little snippet.
There you go. See
A
that?
little bit of soul in there.
Why not? Oh, I hear it.
Yeah, no?
Good. Good,
Hey.
good. So you did a song with Christian Navarro,
Yes.
as we talked about earlier. How'd that come about?
So Christian is another friend of mine from Rutgers. He went to Mason Groves for acting, and we've kept in touch. And we were talking on FaceTime. He was out in California. I was here, and he was telling me about how it was between the filming of season 1 and season 2. He plays Tony, and he was telling me how he needs to study his character and really learn more about him, because a lot has happened off screen that he didn't act between the seasons that he needs to prepare for. So I told him, I was like, we should write a song about Tony, and maybe, you know, turns out good, but I'll record a voice memo of it and you can like listen to it before you get on set and do, you know, any of the scenes. And so that's kind of how it started, like a little writing exercise and just to help him get to know his character. But I got that feeling that I was telling you about before, like, oh man, this might be actually pretty special. And so we basically wrote half of it together. And later that day, I had a session in the city. We were supposed to finish this other song with my friend Adam Bradford. He also is a friend from Rutgers. And I got to the session. I was like, hey, let me play you this little idea that I have. And I kind of told him the story. And we both got that feeling. And we're like, we should finish this now. So then we finished it together. And I sent it to Christian. And he really liked it. And I played it for one of the producers that I mainly worked with, John Buscema. And he heard it. And he was like, I need to produce this. And so then I talked to Christian. I was like, are you open to, you know, turning this into, you know, a real song? I mean, it was a real song, but like a real recorded, you know, song. And he was very down for it. And then I asked him if he would also sing on it. If, you know, he's not a singer, but he can carry a tune. And I thought it would be really special for the viewers of the show to hear his voice on it too, since the song was inspired by his character.
Okay.
So that's how it came about.
Did you send that to us?
I didn't, because that's the one that has the special word in it.
Oh, the special word.
So I'm gonna do that one live and
Ooh, look at you.
edit it out.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Well,
was cognizant of the fact that this is radio,
That's right.
and I figured you probably can't say that special word.
It
Starts
special.
with an F.
Yeah.
Just say it in Greek.
Oh, all right. Well, you want to do it now?
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
All right.
We'll do that right
This
now.
song is Hello Again.
All right. If you're just tuning in, this is Rock On Radio. I am Danny Coleman, and this is Evangelia.
Fast car and slick back hair, 100 miles going anywhere. I know I'm different, that's what they say. I'd give it all just to feel the same. I was running, now I'm drowning. What's my name? I've been dancing with the devil as the music's played, but I can't hear the music till I see her face. Till I see her face. Hello again, my dear. It's only been a year. And I wish you were here. I wish you were here. I know this can't be right. Running toward the dead of night. In my shoes, I know what you'd say. Turn around, face the light of day. I was hiding from myself, oh what a shame. And the devil left me stranded when I called his name. But nothing in me harder till I saw her face. Till I saw her face. Hello again, my dear. It's only been a year. And I wish you were here. I wish you were here. Windows down, now I can breathe and make sense of everything. I can see the moment it went wrong. I rewind, replay and pause. I keep you there inside my eyes. Hello again, my dear. It's only been a year, and I wish you were here. I wish you were here. Hello again, my dear. It's only been a year, and I wish you were here. Wish you were here. Hello again, my dear. It's only been a year, and I wish you were here. Wish you were here. Wish you were here.
There you have it. Evangelia here on Rock On Radio.
Thank you.
Woo! Gotta like it. What? And now you have another single. You said is charting already. Is that what you said?
I did not say that.
You
That'd
said
be
it's on
pretty
Billboard.
cool.
I thought.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
So, well, Billboard premiered it.
That's what it was.
They
Okay, that's why I
interviewed-
asked.
Yeah, they interviewed myself and Sleeping Lion, and they wrote all about our song "Window Seat," which
So Billboard magazine.
Billboard magazine.
There you
So
go.
there's
Okay.
an article on Billboard magazine about Window Seat.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, how did they catch wind of it?
My amazing publicist Lydia Bagarosa, who is
Ah.
from Asbury Park,
Okay.
um,
Yes, I've worked
made
with
it
Lydia.
happen. Yeah, Lydia's the best.
There you
It's
go.
awesome. She's great.
Now, see, did you ever think
Another Rutgers person.
when you were
I'm
in,
telling you, all my Rutgers people are,
Are
like
they?
my team, basically.
My-
Yeah, it's awesome.
well, I hesitate to call him a former co-host because he has a seat at this table anytime he wants to show up. But Cal Schwartz, big time Rutgers guy, graduated from Rutgers. He's been Mr. Rutgers. He goes places in a suit and tie with a Rutgers cap.
What a guy.
He actually is lecturing there now. He's doing
Wow.
some teaching and mentoring.
He
And
was just honored, wasn't he? Didn't he just get honored?
yeah, he's one of only 100 Rutgers alumni that were 10, one of
Right,
10
10, I think it was,
Rutgers alumni to be chosen for this. Basically, they monitor his career and his life since Rutgers.
Mhm.
Some kind of documentary he's going to be in. So
Cool.
it's really cool. Yeah, he's a big time Rutgers guy. When we moved from the shore area, because we used to be in Lenoka Harbor, we moved from there to here. It was a little too far for him to Lambertville. It was a little too hard for him to drive. But now that we're here, Cal, he'll probably be here for the Christmas Spectacular,
Oh,
which
cool.
is December 16th.
Woo!
A day which we're living in.
Yes.
With seven,
Indeed.
he was with us 7 other alumni by
So-
Rutgers University Alumni Association for a 2-minute video story of their lives called Great Second Acts, the ability to change careers.
Oh, that's Cal.
Mhm.
Started out as a pharmacist. He graduated from the pharmacology
Wow.
and then
That's
wound up
so-
selling eyeglasses for 25 or 30 years for Luxottica, and then he retired and became a music journalist and television show host.
Awesome.
And he's like 7'12".
Yeah, he is really, really tall.
Big dude.
He's crazy tall.
He's a big dude.
Actually, that picture of the two of you, I took.
Yeah,
It was like-
I'm up to like his armpit,
yeah. That was interesting.
and I'm 6'10" myself.
Yeah, amazing.
Well, not height, not width. So, John, tell us about your jazz career at Lincoln Center. Why are you looking at her? She ain't gonna tell us about your career.
It doesn't exist.
Wow. We got to get better press people here. She's
No
charting on
Lincoln Center.
Billboard, and he's not Lincoln Center. Who sent me this stuff?
I think you just
Okay, that's quite possible. No, that's a problem. All right, I did.
you did.
So, you primarily jazz, right? You said
Yeah. Pretty much. That's most of what I do.
never wanted to rock and roll as a young.
Oh no.
Okay.
Definitely wanted to rock and roll.
So, how did you
Still want
discover
to.
jazz?
I actually did because I wanted to study music in college, and I got into it then just to get into college, pretty much.
Okay.
Because I wasn't too sure. I didn't want to really do classical music or classical guitar, so I just picked jazz. Those are like the two options, I guess. And right before school, I kind of just started playing jazz, and that's how I got into it. I got very into it in school, but I had always played guitar.
Somebody else just told me that too. They wanted to get into the music program, but if you did, you had to play either jazz or classical guitar.
Yeah,
It was a Temple,
Oh,
and
maybe.
I was like, really?
Well, think about it. In high school, they have jazz bands,
Yeah.
and that's like really the only place to play guitar in the music program. So why would they have one in
They don't
college?
have a rock and roll program.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why would they have a rock and roll program in college?
Gotta go to Berkeley for that.
yeah, that's
School of
Berkeley
Rock,
or
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Berkeley. I want to say happy birthday to Susan Catano, who teaches at Berkeley, a friend of mine. She's from originally from Pluckerman, New Jersey,
Ah,
way up in the northwest corner there.
Right.
I think she can see like Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York from wherever she is.
wow.
High Point.
But it was her birthday recently, so happy birthday to her. Anyway, the 16th annual Rock on Radio, or 10th annual Rock on Radio
Yeah, I was
Christmas
saying.
Spectacular is coming up on December 16th.
Mhm.
Anyone who is listening, if you know of any artists who wish to contribute either original Christmas tunes or great versions of the classic,
Mhm.
standards covers, please feel
Mhm.
free to email them to me at rockonradio1460 rockonradio1460 at hotmail.com, and
Mhm.
we will gladly make sure that they get on the air. So,
Yep.
are you laughing because I still have a Hotmail? Is that what you're checking out?
We won't tell them about the AOL account.
And is
See-
it spelled MAIL?
And, wow.
I never had a Hotmail actually.
See what? And the reason why
But
I
it
AOL.
the reason why I keep
Yeah.
that way, because somebody said, "Why don't you just get a Gmail?" I've got like 5 different Gmail accounts.
Okay.
I have one for this show. I have one for my YouTube for this show. I have one for the 2 YouTube shows art that we did. One here, one at the other with with Carousel Arts. I've got like 5 different Gmails, but anything with music, I keep strictly at the Hotmail one, because that way I know it's got to do with music, and it's amazing. I get no junk mail. I get no, I should be dating Asian women. I get none of that stuff.
Especially with a name
you
like
know,
Hotmail.
right. You know?
Who named it Hotmail?
Yeah, like Cam Fong wants to see you tonight. Oh no, now but because I don't do anything that's not music related with that email, so that's why I keep it that way.
Respect. Yeah, that's cool.
But I knew you would get a kick out of
I
that. See,
did.
that's the age gap right there.
Millennials.
Oh,
Hey, I remember dial up.
I don't.
See,
My kids and I just watched You Got Mail.
$3.99.
Where AOL dialed up
I
and
do
that
remember
sound.
that.
Yep.
And they were like, wow, chat rooms and things
I
like
remember
that.
AIM.
Do you? Oh, there you go.
AIM is still a
9600
platform,
baud
though.
modems.
You could pick it.
Right.
It's not. It's not a destination.
Back
it's
in the
choice.
early '80s, I used to manufacture
Boing,
computer
ding,
software.
Whoa.
5 1/4-inch discs and 3 1/2-inch hard disk. Oh yeah, you had a floppy
Floppy.
on the DOS
WordStar.
operating system.
WordStar 2000.
Yeah.
I was a computer room operator and
Wow.
handing them out.
My
signing
first
them in.
computer was a whole megabyte. True story.
Did you chisel it with some stone?
Not even a little bit.
Mine was an electric typewriter.
Now we have phones that are like 16 megabytes.
Well, typewriters are coming back. I heard you talking earlier in the show. That's on the list of things
Things coming back.
Yeah, with cassette tapes.
with
Mhm.
cassette tapes.
Telling you, take stock in Dixon number 2 pencils.
Here's my thing.
Or
I don't even
typewriter.
know that they still have devices that play cassette tapes, do they? That
I-
are available today?
I have 3 of them in my house. If you want one,
I have a Sony dual cassette deck.
yeah, me too.
It goes into
Sure
my
you can
stereo.
I have a
system.
boombox with that
I
dual.
feel like they sell them somewhere in Brooklyn.
They don't
All
even
the
put them in
hipsters
your
love
cars
them.
anymore.
No.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
probably do.
They don't even
Hipsters
put
love
CDs
cassette
in.
tapes.
Oh yeah, they've been getting rid of CDs.
CD
Yeah,
players are
yeah,
gone
they're
by the
just doing
wayside.
the
That's
aux
weird.
cords and
Mhm.
USB stuff.
Everything's digital.
Mhm.
Now we're talking old school stuff here. But you recently went to Ireland, right?
Yeah.
And for a songwriting.
Yeah, it was like a little songwriting camp.
Okay, now you want to talk about old. That country is full of incredible history and
Yeah.
really good whiskey and beer.
Yeah.
So where did you go?
I went to Grouse Lodge, which is a really amazing studio that like, Michael Jackson has recorded in, and Prince, and Snow Patrol, bunch of really cool bands.
What
And
county and near what town?
it's near Moat,
Okay.
Moat. Yeah. Really small town, and it's basically kind of feels like it's in the middle of nowhere, and that's what's really special about it. They have their own garden, and you basically live at the studio and write and record on like as you're living. It's awesome. Yeah.
How long were you there?
I was there for just under a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it is. It's an incredible. Ireland is an incredible country.
Mhm.
I we joked earlier about me being there for 15 days. I was for
Yeah.
15 days. I spent 7.5 literally on the West Coast and 7.5 on the East Coast.
Mhm.
And the West Coast is much more traditional Irish.
Mhm.
Like we were in a bar and I looked at the guy that was performing and I said, "Hey,
Mm.
can you do oh my gosh, what song
Wonderwall.
escaped me?
Galway Bay? I don't know.
No.
What are you talking? How traditional are you talking?
What do you call it?
Whirling dervishes.
No.
Give us some help
He
here.
said, "No, nay, never."
Oh,
The Irish Rover. Okay, there you go. And the guy looked at me and he in a not so pleasant tone said, "You're on the wrong coast."
because it was too progressive. Right. It wasn't traditional. See, I was going for the traditional. You
Well,
were
that
looking
is
for
traditional.
non-traditional. Oh.
Well, they on the West Coast was all
Right.
traditional, so I figured, I've heard the Dubliners do that, and the Murphys, and it's anyway. But yeah, so they're very,
Staunch.
they're very tough. But I've never seen such incredible music in my life as I had in Ireland.
Yeah.
So that must have been a great experience
It
for
was
you.
really awesome.
I bet. So, do you have any gigs coming up, or
Well,
and what are your websites? How do we find you?
so my website is evangeliamusic.com. That's EVANGELIA. Yeah, and from there you can link to pretty much everything I do. I have links to my videos and all my social media, but all my handles are at Evangelia Music.
Great. Okay. Gigs
Gigs, I have one on the 16th in
Mhm.
Asbury Park
for Bob
for
Macon.
Bob Macon,
Mhm.
and then I
Nice.
believe just said yes to this one. So don't quote me on it. Check the website. But December 8th, it's a benefit concert at Rockwood Music Hall.
Okay.
And it's a free show, but if you're gonna come, bring a toy because we're collecting
it's like
toys
a
for
Toys for
Tots.
Tots.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a holiday benefit show.
December 8th, and I was at full band. Or what are you doing in Asbury? Full band, or is it just solo?
It'll
acoustic?
be acoustic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the full band. They're all in New York. It's just a little too much to bring them all the way out to Asbury, but I
At
love doing
Rockwood, will you
acoustic
be with
too.
the full band?
At Rockwood, because it's stage 1, which is their smaller stage, I'll probably also do it acoustic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So got a little range of how I do my sets.
Nice. And what do you have, John? Are you in a band besides
Not in particular. I mostly do
freelance guy?
I do freelance work mostly.
You're smart.
I play with some people like Leonard Harper, if you know him. He's kind of like a local jazz guy to Jersey City,
Okay.
drummer. So I play with his band every once in a while. And just whatever work comes up.
Nice.
Like this.
Yeah.
See, like this. You drag down the heights down.
Yeah.
How about you, Jay? What do you got going on back there? Other than, are you plotting the Earth's destruction back there? You're awful quiet.
What do you mean?
Are you said you're a musician, right?
I am.
Okay.
I'm an artist. I have a show
Okay.
on December 13th at the Music Hall of Williamsburg, and I was supposed to play that show on the 8th with you.
Why aren't you playing it?
I'm gonna be in California.
Oh man.
Ah.
Pretty sure
But yeah,
the same day.
you guys should come. I know. Would've been fun.
California.
California.
There's always video.
Yeah.
Always
Skype. We're gonna do this show FaceTime. Nice. Excellent. Now are you a solo artist or are you
Yeah, I'm a solo artist, and then I write songs for other artists.
okay, so you're a songwriter.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Sometimes I write songs with Evangelia.
Oh.
Mm.
We have a great one. that we're
Collaboration.
finishing.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. When do we expect that to come out?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe in the next few months, which is very open ended.
I like that face you made. Ooh, maybe.
We'll figure it out. But it's definitely coming along well. And maybe, next time if I come on the show again, we'll play it.
My God, she said if she comes on the show again,
Yeah.
she
You didn't
actually
chase
brought it
her
up
away.
without being asked. I got to be good for the next 15 minutes.
Is that possible?
609-241-7103. If you want to call in, we'll give you something. I'll figure something out. we got
We have a lot of chocolate.
we have chocolate, which you're welcome to. We have these nifty Rock on Radio pens. See that?
Nifty.
Call in and get a pen.
We have a Rock on Radio pen. We have Rock on Radio bumper stickers. We have the Rock on Radio lube, the infamous dial hand lotion that we have. You're right there, Fitch. Because dial spelled backwards. Think about it. We will. We also have. We've got a Jack Furlong CD.
We have a lot of Jack Furlong.
Jack, we had a jazz guy in here. Actually, matter of fact, you can take one when you leave it. Jack Furlong did a disc with his quartet,
Definitely.
and he left us an entire
Case.
case
Of
of
them.
CDs. There's like 100 CDs over there. So we'll
Great.
give you a Jack Furlong CD.
Great.
I don't know what else we have. But we'll figure something out. But but that's Rock on Radio. 609-241-7103. So you want to do more music?
Sure.
Okay.
I would love to play Window Seat, which is the new single,
Okay.
but
wait.
it's on recording.
That's even
So
more.
So you get to hear Sleeping Lion on it too.
Now how did you find those guys?
They found me.
Okay.
Nate, who's one of the members, knew my manager,
Right.
Mark Conklin. He's awesome. And when I released Still Think About You with the music video, and Nate reached out to me. He's a songwriter. He has his solo project, but he also writes for other artists. And we were going to do a session to write a song for me, and it just ended up turning into a duet with the story I told you guys earlier.
Perfect.
Nice.
So there you go. All right. This is the
Windows.
song called. There you go.
Sorry.
She's ahead of me. That's okay.
She knows you too well.
We have no
Got
limits.
excited.
That's all right. That's good. Here on Rock On Radio.
I think someone moved the furniture since I've been away. Everything's a little off. You haven't heard from her and I'm back today. Of course you had to call me up. You said maybe it's tragic that we lost our static, but I don't think I can forget. I started laughing as I thought about it, but I don't think it's funny yet. Or maybe it's worth it, 'cause under the surface we both deserve what we need. So I'll fly away from you, and while I'm away from you, I'm not looking back, just sitting in the window seat. Window seat. Sitting in the window seat. Window seat. You know what I needed. I told you to leave it. So why are we still on the phone? You talk like you mean it, but you don't believe it. 'Cause it lasts as long as you're alone. You said maybe it's tragic that we lost our static, but I don't think I can forget. I started laughing as I thought about it, but I don't think it's funny yet. Or maybe it's worth it, 'cause under the surface we both deserve what we need. So I'll fly away from you, and while I'm away from you, I'm not looking back, just sitting in the window seat. Window seat. Just sitting in the window seat. Window seat. Just sitting in the window seat. I'm not looking back. Why are we still on the phone? I'm not looking back. Why are we still on the phone? I'm not looking back. Why are we still on the phone?
Welcome back to Rock On Radio.
That was creepy.
How is it? That's me. I'm a creeper.
Oh, you are?
I am. Can you
Oh,
tell?
now it's good to
Yeah.
know.
I'm a creeper.
It's gritty.
It's gritty.
It's
Yeah.
gritty.
I'm a creeper and a stalker.
That's good to know.
See, I just get it right out there now. So
Did you write that in a yearbook
that
somewhere?
sounds like a Steve Miller song, don't it? I'm a creeper. I'm a stalker. I'm a midnight.
Talker.
There you go.
We're all writers.
Sorry, I'm kicking our guest as I stretch my leg out.
You're a kicker now.
No, I'm a kicker.
We can keep going with that whole thing. We got a whole bunch of things to describe.
I
today.
stretch my leg out. I have my bum. My knee has been
Oh,
aggravating
bum
me.
knee?
My bum knee. As, a,
Never mind.
as opposed to my high knee. I guess,
Or your bum.
So
We are totally going down.
we're down
Woo.
a different track here. So,
I meant like flushing
Now,
you down.
Evangelia, I did warn you that there's no structure or scripts here on this program. So on this, we have actually it's probably the first show where we've really proven it in quite a long time.
We're just riding the wave.
That's it. Actually, speaking of which, let me go over here
Making waves.
and we will. That's right. Where is he? Here he is. He just sent me the thing. Okay, now the thing.
Very
For those of you
descriptive.
watching at home can see
yeah,
the thing.
yeah, the thing.
Make a Wave second annual hunger benefit for food for thought. Friday and Saturday, November 16th and 17th at the Langosta Lounge and Asbury Park Yacht Club, which are located at 1000 Ocean Avenue.
Right.
Okay. Friday, November 16th at Langosta Lounge is a Black Suburbia music group, Cook Douglas and Evangelia.
Woo.
See, when you whisper, people get
Oh, yeah. Is that what they do?
Evangelia. Now on the 16th at the Yacht Club, which, as I said, is like walking from. Those of you at home can't see, but if you go out this door here and you go through that door there, you're in the Yacht Club. That is Bulletproof Belv and Maddie Carlock, both alone and together, apparently. And Sonic Bloom. I like that name. Bloom, but it's spelled Blume. Then on the 17th at Langosta Lounge, Des and the Swagmatics, our friend Pamela Flores.
Nice.
And next week's Rock on Radio guest, Ms. Tara Dente, will be here. Yep, she will be there on the 17th. And then at the Yacht Club is Chris Rockwell, who was
last week,
2 weeks ago's guest.
Oh, it was.
We had the Beagles last week.
All right. Oh my gosh, that was best.
Featuring Chill Smith, Experiment 34, and my girlfriends Nalani and Serena are both. You know, not Nalani and Serena?
Yeah.
They're great.
They're super.
They've been a guest of this program a couple of times.
I've done a show with, when I was with Little Rose. We did a show with them.
Oh, okay.
Are they twins?
Yes.
They're amazing.
Yeah, they are totally amazing.
They're really amazing.
They both play keys. They both play piano. They
Incredible
both sing.
musicians.
They both write. They're beautiful. They're like the total musical package.
Nice.
You know, they dance. They do all kinds of things. And their mother. Did you have a chance to meet their mother?
Probably.
She is such a sweet lady too. They you know, and they're just nice people
Mhm.
on top of it.
Right.
So.
I love
Yeah, and they use some heavy hitters too. They use Will Smith on bass sometimes, and from David Letterman's band and from that band, and they've used him a lot. I know whenever they played a bitter end, they try to incorporate him into the set. So, what's the best place you ever played, or nicest place, or the thing that sticks out the most in your memory?
Well, just a couple days ago, I played Bowery Electric on the Lower East Side, and it was my first show that I incorporated electronic backing tracks as well as live musicians too. So I just had a drummer, a keyboard player, and the tracks, and it was so much fun. It was really great energy with the crowd. I incorporated some dancers in it too that surprised the crowd and hopped on stage at certain parts of the song and of the songs, and it was just one of the most fun shows I've ever done.
Now, weren't there two of those? There's one in on the Lower East Side, and one in Brooklyn, I think.
No, but there's Bowery Ballroom, which is a big venue, which is a goal of mine to play there. And then Bowery Electric. It's a little smaller.
It's Battery Electric. Is that the
Bowery
one? Or Bowery Electric? Yeah. Is that the one in Soho?
Lower East Side.
In the Bowery.
Yeah. On
the Bowery. The Bowery Boys. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but there was a Bowery Electric that I saw. I could have sworn that's where it was. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe there is.
At
I just don't know
Soho
about
Electric.
No, there was a private party there that was being hosted by Tedeschi Trucks.
Huh.
Okay, Susan Tedeschi and Butch Trucks kid. What's his name? Derek. Yeah. Incredible slide guitar player, like his father, And my editor from Los Angeles called me up. It was Super Bowl weekend, and she's like, "Dude, you're my plus one. We're going to this party." So we wound up going to there. It was a media only event sponsored by some vodka company, so they were giving out free vodka drinks.
That could be the reason why you thought you were in the Bowery, or you were in Soho. And it was,
no, we went.
Reason.
We went to the event, but
remember.
that was one of the nights when I got home or back to the hotel at like 5:30 in the morning. Woo! I just remember eating greasy hamburgers at the place across the street called America's Best Burger.
Sounds
or something.
like a good time.
Oh yeah, it was a blast. Trust me, it was a blast. I remember being in a limo. There was all kinds of things going on.
Mhm. But you can't
But-
remember if it was Soho or the Bowery.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was down there somewhere. Well, good for you though.
Thank you.
It was one
You
of them.
digress.
It was one of them nights. Yeah. Again, what are your websites and things?
It is www.evangeliamusic.com. That's
Okay.
EVANGELIA. And everything else you can find if you just look up Evangelia Music.
Beautiful. Well, we got about 5 minutes left. Is there one more tune you want to squeeze in?
Sure. Would you like a live tune or a recorded song? I know there's no structure, but I don't care. I will do either one. And it's up to you.
I always like the artist to do whatever it is they want to do that paints them in a positive light. So
But either one's gonna
I
paint
like
me
the-
in a positive
well,
light.
this is
so
true.
This is why I'm giving you the
okay.
opportunity.
Well, then
to
I like the live performance. I want to put
Right,
some
let's
pressure
do it
on
live.
Jazzy Jeff
No
Actually,
freedom.
or Jazzy John.
song-
Jazzy Jeff.
I'm going to play this song.
Oh,
No pressure. No pressure.
John has no pressure. No, I'm
No
scared of the
pressure.
that's why. Okay. See, I knew this. Subliminally, I had this in the back of my mind because that's why Jay had to go get
Capo.
the capo.
The capo. Yeah, might as well make that trip worth
Yeah.
it. You ready?
Go for
Just
it.
go for it. I can't stop driving because my mind is racing. I'm lost in the eye of the storm. Goodbye, even though it's wrong. And I can't lie. No, I can't lie. 'Cause I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you. And I've tried to survive the winter times. I fall back into it. It's fine, then it breaks again. Then back where I began. And I can't lie. No, I can't lie. 'Cause I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you. Well, tonight I'll see you in my dreams, colliding through infinity. The light brings me back to life. You're gone, and it all feels wrong. 'Cause I can't lie. No, I can't lie. 'Cause I'm gonna miss you. Said I'm gonna miss you. Well, tonight I'll see you in my dreams, colliding through infinity. The light brings me back to life, but you'll be gone, and it all feels wrong. 'Cause I can't lie. No, I can't lie. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you.
Very nice. There you go.
Thank you.
Evangelia here on Rock On Radio.
I'm gonna miss you so much.
That's a nice one to go out on.
One of the funniest phrases that my recently departed buddy Tom Cowan and I used to throw. I said to him, I used to date his. Matter of fact, I was living with her when I started this show. It was his sister-in-law, and when things started to go a little south, I used to say to him, "I'm going to miss you, Tom Cowan."
That's funny.
And that was a big joke because we're like, "I'm going to miss you one day." So that's kind of appropriate.
There you go.
And now here you go. Tom just passed away suddenly a couple weeks ago.
Sorry.
or last month actually.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was a bass player actually. Him and I did a few gigs together, toiled in a few different bands together for various artists. So, how about you, John? How do we find you?
You can find me at johnnunezguitar.com.
Beautiful.
Pretty easy.
See, JohnNunezGuitar.com. Well, Evangelia, I want to thank you so much for making the trip.
Thank you so much for having me. This was fun.
We greatly appreciate it. Well, good. I'm glad you think so. Again, I thank you. Thank you very much for your patience to begin our program, since we have the
Of
phone
course, no problem.
technicalities. But yeah, I appreciate that. So we here at Rock on Radio, we wish you the best of luck and
Thank you.
much success in what's going on with your career. And you've got people, and that's a good thing. You have a publicist, you have a manager. I hope it all works out for you.
Thank you so much.
That would be fantastic. Next week, we have, as said, Tara Dente will be coming in to discuss the same benefit. Tara's got a whole different bunch of music since the last time she was on this program about 4 years ago. And she really blew me away. I saw her at the Asbury Brewery
She's amazing.
not too long ago. So totally different sound, and I really like it. So she'll be here then. Then the following week we have Nick Clemens coming in. Clarence
That's
Clemens'
cool.
son will
The
be
big
here.
man.
Yep, he'll be hanging out with us for a bit to talk about what he's got going on and the Big Man's Brew and all that fun stuff. So we got some big things happening on Rock on Radio. Again, the Christmas Spectacular is December 16th. Send me your music to rockonradio1460 at hotmail.com. We'll go with that. But Jay, John, thank you so much for accompanying Evangelia. And that's it. So thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Evangelia here on Rock on Radio. Until next week, rock on.
Thank you.